Hello, everyone. So happy to connect to each one of you. My name is Sandhya Shri. I'm a holistic lifestyle coach practicing for the past 2 decades, mother to two beautiful girls aged 21 and 17. As you are all aware, Sharon stands for Sanctuary for Health and Reconnection with Animals and Nature. And we at Sharon are constantly trying to help people adopt a holistic lifestyle. We want to help people have an ecologically sustainable and a compassionate lifestyle. All our programs are trying to take them one step towards their holistic approach. So, our pandemic positive talk is all about how to cope this pandemic in a positive manner and how you can always remember there is always a way out. It's been 9 months since the corona pandemic hit us. It was first recognized as Wuhan, China, and in India, Jan 30th, 2020, our first case was reported in the state of Kerala. Since then, each one of us have been wondering what our tomorrow will be. The number of information that flows through us from the media or from the WhatsApp messages and the excessive information flow has been actually mentally and emotionally creating a lot of turmoil. We do not know what our tomorrow holds. So, what is coronavirus? Coronavirus is an infectious disease which spreads from the respiratory droplets of the person who's infected through their sneezing, coughing, or by the surface which has been infected by the virus. And what are the kind of symptoms that the person goes through when they get this coronavirus? It can be anything from a low grade fever, coughing, sneezing, a sore throat, a nasal congestion. It can be loss of taste, smell, a body ache, extreme fatigue, or even a rash on the skin. So, how do we avoid getting this virus? So, government has been very actively working towards telling people how they can avoid this disease or contracting this virus by simply following few steps. Wear a mask, maintain social distancing, keep good oral hygiene, or clean the or disinfect surfaces which could have the virus, or simply keep your unwashed hands away from your face, mouth, nose, or eyes. After being educated so much, being told about the virus, why is there so much uncertainty and fear among us? It's because we have been educated only about the technical side of the virus. There is very little information on how to emotionally cope during this period. So, we at Sharon decided to give you a little bit of help or a few tips on how to emotionally cope during this pandemic. So, our talk today, the episode 2 of Pandemic Positive, is about bringing on two people who are beautifully managed the pandemic because they were infected by the virus, and today they are COVID survivors who are healthy and energetic. So, my first guest on this show is Nilima Sriram. Nilima Sriram is a renowned chef and a food stylist from our very own Sharon family. There are several accolades to her credit. She is an ex-contestant of our MasterChef India 2015. She successfully has run a business in Russia. And also during her stay in Canada, she was recognized and interviewed by the local TV channel. She's been part of several food shows and seminars all over the world. But I must tell you, the first time I met Nilima, there was a very, very striking quality that I noticed about her. It is her intention to help people. She's so forthcoming. And she has this beautiful message to give always about every subject that she's passionate about. And today, that's the reason she's with us. She is a COVID survivor, and she's here to tell us how we can emotionally cope this period. And she's also going to give us tips that she followed during her period of surviving the virus. So, without further ado, here we are starting our chat with this beautiful person, Nilima Srinath. Welcome, Nilima.
Thank you, Sandhya Shri. Such a lovely introduction. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And we are very, very grateful you accepted to come to our show and talk about your journey because we really, really value your time and your contribution.
I actually am very grateful that I have this opportunity to share my personal experience because I think it is very important to educate people and talk more about it. Though there is a stigma attached to it, this COVID-19, but I think it is very important to come out and speak in the public and bring more awareness.
Yes, very true, very true. So, when did you first hear about the coronavirus and what were your thoughts about the virus?
You believe it or not, it was so funny. Like everybody watches TV. So in January, like I started to hear, there was an outbreak in China, and I was just like any other news, like in Africa last year there was an Ebola outbreak. So which is very similar kind of pandemic. So I initially thought, okay, it's one of those things, like it has happened in Africa, now it is happening in China. That's about it. It was just a news for me. I didn't take it so seriously.
Okay. So, did the lockdown actually wake you up and say, okay, maybe this is something I need to think about?
Yes, of course. I panicked a little bit. There was an anxiety, and we didn't know as a family what to expect also. So it was like take one day at a time, and then we will figure out. Of course, I'm running a business and I'm taking care of so many things. So there was a lot of anxiety within me going on at this point. But yeah, like I didn't know what to expect from this lockdown.
So I remember chatting up with you, and I gather that first your son was infected by the virus, and then it so happened that you were in the same house. So can you tell us a little bit more about this journey of what happened and what was the mental state? How did you receive it? Did you ever think he had one?
Yeah, see, when the lockdown started initially, it was like, oh, I'm on a whole food plant-based journey. What could go wrong with me or with my son? So that attitude was like that, like full of overconfidence that nothing will go wrong. And your brain is, for some reason, never conditioned for any bad news. So that was another thing. So he was continuing to go to work, and I was doing my own stuff, stepping out of the house, not wearing mask, and just taking things very lightly. And when he started coming home, and then he said that he's feeling a little tired. So I thought, typical teenager. He's 21 years old. So he must be like just lazy, he wants to sleep more. He had this opportunity to sleep long hours. Now he's not because he has to go to work. And he's just maybe looking for some leave or week off, where he can just sleep. So I initially, like 2-3 days, I just told him, why don't you go to bed early? Because you are going to bed late. So he just like, Ma, it's not that stuff, I'm just feeling very, very lethargic. So first couple of days, I seriously didn't take him, like I didn't listen to him. But when he continued to come home and say, I'm tired, then at one point he just said, my body is refusing to get up and I don't want to go to work. That is the time I panicked and I felt that I need to get help. So I called my friend. I got the prescription because no lab was ready to test for COVID unless you had the prescription with you. So I had to take the help from my doctor friend, and I got the prescription, and we arranged the test immediately, and result was out immediately the next day, and he was tested positive.
Okay.
It shattered me, and I was extremely upset.
Okay. So tell me something. Being on a whole food plant-based diet, did you get a little angry that how could we get it because we are practitioners of this and maybe we should have had a better immune system? Did any that kind of emotions did you feel in your mind?
Oh, yes, absolutely. As I said, your brain is never conditioned for any bad news. And when the result came positive, the first thing in my mind is, oh my God, like, how did it go wrong? And he, being a 21-year-old, he was the one who was wearing mask, who was carrying a sanitizer bottle in his pocket, and avoiding his like social life completely. And I was the one who was walking free without mask, feeling very like confident that nothing will go wrong, and he's the one who caught it. So I was initially upset, angry, and I'm like, how could it like how could things go wrong with my son when he's extra careful? I just couldn't accept it. And as I said in the beginning, there is a stigma attached to it. The moment you get COVID, people were like judging you. So it wasn't a pleasant feeling. So I cried. I cried a lot first day, and I was very emotional. And my husband during the lockdown period was traveling. Before the lockdown period started, he was traveling. He was stuck in Canada. He couldn't come back home, and he's still there. It's been more than 6 months. He's still there, and of course, like I felt helpless, and I wanted some support, and he was not there with me, and I had to break this news over the phone. And yeah, it wasn't a good feeling for me. I was feeling extremely low, and it was like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. That kind of feeling I had initially. Like you just have bad days, and I was feeling extremely low.
Okay. So did you continue with your whole food plant-based diet?
Absolutely. Like, we don't eat anything else at home. There's no processed food, and there's no oil. There's no it's just WFPB, whole food plant-based food at home. And luckily it was a mango season just then started, and it was the initial period of lockdown. So I had already like lined up with my organic stores who were sending food, like delivering food at home. So we were either Swiggying or requesting Dunzo to deliver the food, so which was a great thing. And body was naturally asking for raw food, believe it or not. And mangoes were in season, so my urge was to eat mangoes. And my son also, just before the lockdown, my son actually said, "Ma, I want to go gluten free, and I don't want you to give me wheat and rice. So let's eat only millet." So we had started that lifestyle before the lockdown itself, and we continued. And when the fruit season started, when the mango season started, that is the time we both were just craving for mangoes. Like, believe it or not, I don't remember how many mangoes this year I've eaten. We'll wake up, and instead of smoothie, I was just going for mangoes first and then making smoothie. So the urge to eat raw food was very big, very big. And I think that is the main thing which actually pulled him out of this COVID. Within 4th day, he was like, "I'm fine." Though the corporation people came, they sealed our apartment, they sealed the building. They had to follow the guidelines, right? As per the government rules and regulations. So, but 4th day, he was like totally fully fit and energetic, and he was quite happy. Initially, when the lockdown started, I was just thinking, okay, it's a great time to catch up on those things which I'm not able to do it, and I can just finally like get on to certain projects which were pending for quite some time. So initially everything was going perfect, but his result came positive, took a huge toll on me. And fourth day he was fine, and fifth day I started to feel feverish. So
Okay.
I started to get the symptoms. And since the house was sealed already, no doctor was willing to come inside and take the test. So I had the same symptoms. So though I didn't test for COVID, but I knew that I had it.
Okay. Okay. So, how was your overall health? Like how you explained about your son. Initially, he had a lot of fatigue, tiredness, but he moved on to feeling a lot better by the fourth day. How about you? How was your symptoms, and how well did you cope? And what are the things what were you going through physically, mentally?
Uh, See, he's 21 and I'm close to 50. So, of course, the age difference is big. And the day I started to feel feverish, I was quite upset again. And my son kept telling me, "You were not wearing mask, but you didn't get first. I got it. So be happy." So be happy. At least you didn't get it in the first line. So I said, fine. But when I got it, I was feeling tired, and he was a little sad for me, and he was like constantly coming to me, "What do you want me to do? How can I help you?" I said, like body is just asking for me to stay in bed, and I'm not going to be bothered. And during lockdown period, there was no domestic help, nothing. And he's like my spiritual guru kind of. So he just came to me in the morning and he said, "If you're feeling tired, there is no urge for us to clean the house. There is no need for us to cook anything. We have plenty of fruits at home, and I'll make salad for you. You just guide me how to make dressing, and you don't need to step out of the room." And he said it so beautifully, and he calmed me down. Of course, like I was still in that mode where I think I was upset. Like how could I catch it? Like I'm on this journey, whole food plant based journey for the past 4 years, and I'm not supposed to have this kind of infection. But then I spoke with a couple of Sharon facilitators. I called Dr. Nandita also, and Dr. Nandita was like very calmly and sweetly said, just relax, rest if your body wants rest. So I was not like, I was still fighting for it. Like, why should I rest? Why should I even give up on my daily things? I'm not supposed to get. I was resisting this infection, and my son was also constantly reminding. Then I spoke with Madhura, and Madhura like, "You feel like crying, cry." So I cried. And I said, "Please don't tell anyone." And she said, "Don't worry, it will remain with me only." And then she said, "You want to speak? Tell me what you want to say." I said, "I don't know. I just don't like the idea that my son got it. Now I'm getting it." And she immediately said, "Do affirmations. Just visualize that it is just leaving your body with ease. Just embrace it." So that was the most beautiful thing I think Madhura said to me. And I calmed down. I had to literally breathe in, breathe out, and just accept it. I think accepting is the most crucial part, which we most of the time resist. And when you're resisting any kind of infection or disease, it doesn't leave you so easy.
Very true.
Yeah. So that is the time I realized that I just need to embrace this. It's okay if I've fallen sick. Maybe it's good. Something positive will come out of it. And me and my son started enjoying more mangoes, like though the house was sealed, but delivery was at the doorstep. So I started ordering like 20 kilos of mangoes, variety of mangoes. and I love cucumbers. I can eat just cucumbers like this. I don't really have to put it in the salad form. I can just chop them and just squeeze little lemon juice and salt, and I can really enjoy. The typical beach wala cucumber kakdi they give, with little chaat masala. So I was eating lots of cucumbers. I was having lots and lots of mangoes, lots and lots of mangoes. And yeah, the moment I accepted and I felt that I don't have to resist, I came out of it within no time. I continued to do my cooking workshops. I continued the salad revolution, and nobody could even figure out that I was not feeling okay. except couple
Okay.
of facilitators. They knew my condition, but yeah, I was continuing to work. We didn't clean the house
Okay.
every day. Luckily, no visitors. Yeah, but me
Okay.
and my son were taking turns. He was sweeping, I was mopping one day, and next day we will just sit together and relax. And he's spiritually quite evolved, so I had the best time during lockdown period, sitting and talking spirituality with him.
Okay. So basically, you're saying that your emotional health, you cope with a lot of affirmation and chatting with people, loved ones. So that really helped you to cope your emotional disturbances that you experienced during this period.
Absolutely. See, this is what if you listen to Jayashree from our Sharan team, she's a cancer survivor. So whenever I listen to her, one thing only I understand that you have to learn to embrace. If nature has given you some disease, you have to learn to accept it and accept it lovingly. You don't have to fight it, and once you embrace and accept it, and then you start doing affirmations on yourself that it is leaving your body. So I literally visualized that there was no COVID in my body. I was just tired. I literally didn't even mention or utter a word that I was tested positive to myself. I was constantly doing affirmations that I'm just tired and I got little fever and it's leaving my body with ease. So this is the affirmation. I kept doing it and it worked beautifully. It really worked.
Okay. Okay. So pre-COVID and post-COVID, the Nilima, the person that you have become, there is a distinct change that you have seen that you also was mentioning to me, pre-COVID, I was a person who was wanting to do many, many things or catch up on a lot of things. But post-COVID, there's been a distinctive change in you. Can you talk to us about that change you noticed in yourself?
Sure. See, pre-COVID and post-COVID, there was a time when the house was locked, sealed. And I want to talk a little bit about that. I went through a realization, and that realization was very, very powerful for me personally. There was a very strong message I received from the universe. I felt for the first time caged. I felt that, oh my God, somebody has barred me from stepping out of the house. When we were when the government announced the lockdown, nobody came and locked me inside the house. Nobody said you can't step out of the house, you can't go to your parking lot and walk or run. Nobody stopped me. We were not supposed to be on the streets. That was the only difference. So I was still whenever I felt like opening the door to catch a fresh breath of fresh air, I was allowed to do that. But when the house was sealed by the corporation, for the first time, it felt miserable. It felt very, very I was angry that my house is sealed. I'm caged. I could relate. I for some reason I started to think about those animals, those helpless creatures who are behind captivity. I felt extreme pain in my body, and I do chant a lot of clearing statements and mantras. So I did quite a bit at that time because I was in pain. I didn't like that feeling that somebody has taken that freedom away from me. After the COVID, after 1 month, when we were allowed to step out, I really appreciated. I so appreciated my freedom. And I learned I'm really becoming emotional right now. I learned one thing, that please do not take your life for granted. Whether you are on a whole food plant-based journey or not, there are certain rules, safety guidelines, which I think every human being should follow. I initially did not wear mask, though I didn't get it first. My son got it, who was extremely careful. So it means that no one is saved from COVID-19. Anybody could catch it. So don't take your life for granted. And this is the only body we live. We have to respect that. I came out of it I came out of it so easily. My son came out of it so easily and so beautifully, thanks to our lifestyle, thanks to our raw eating habits. Like Sharon
Okay.
has emphasized so much of raw food habits. I think that has helped me tremendously, and my son.
So coming to your son Aditya, is there any message Aditya has for his age group of people because he has gone through this? Is any words of wisdom that Aditya would like to share with us, which you can tell us, which Aditya has maybe told you,
Yeah,
from his experience?
he was just returning from office, and I called him and I said, "Hey, I'm going for a webinar, and I would like to you to tell me like what's the message for your age group people." So in his language, I quote, "Bro, don't take your life so easy. Just safety is the utmost priority. So follow the guidelines, respect government rules and regulations, and do not step out of the house without mask. Carry a small bottle of sanitizer with you. You have no idea how many people are falling sick." This is the message he gave.
Okay, okay. And do you have any tips in particular to people to tell them that, this is something you need to watch out and this is something you can do to cope your emotional stress?
See, I've been into sports for the past 25 years now. So I think having a strong immunity has really helped us. So when we talk about whole food plant-based journey, we always say that working out is also equally important. Some form of exercise. You don't have to be a runner. Although I'm a runner, I run 10 kilometers. So during that COVID time, I couldn't run. That was another like major mental challenge for me. And all I can say is that at least 20 minutes walk every day, but walk with mask, carry your sanitizer, and definitely eat right. Today, in the name of food, we are eating concoction of chemicals. So we have to become very, very mindful. So I think most of the people are going through this realization, and people have cut down on their eating outside. But I still see a lot of Swiggy coming into my building, and carrying pizzas and whatnot. So I think we as parents have a moral obligation towards the next generation to keep that generation absolutely healthy. And our nation has 50% of youth population. So I think we have a very big responsibility on our shoulders. We need to take care of next generation and keep them healthy. So eat right. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nilima. We'll be bringing in our next guest. So thank you so much. See you soon. So our next guest is somebody whom I'm very fond of, and his name is Umesh Thakkar. He is a young 70-year-old man from Kalyan, Mumbai. He has been part of Sharan since 2017, and we at Sharan very fondly call him Umesh Bhai. Umesh Bhai's role in the farmers market Jew is immense. It will be incomplete without him. He actively takes part in educating people about whole food, plant-based diet and the benefits one can get from this diet. He's a man who walks his talk and he only preaches what he practices. So that is the reason he's here tonight to tell us how he is a COVID survivor, what he went through, what are his tips to us on how to emotionally keep stable during this period. Thank you so much, Umesh Bhai, for being so forthcoming and open. Welcome to our show, Pandemic Positive.
Thank you, Chandrashri.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. So please tell us about your whole food plant-based diet, how long you've been on this, what are the kind of benefits you've experienced? आपको क्या-क्या benefits मिला? क्या हुआ आपके साथ?
मेरे को डायबिटीज और ब्लड प्रेशर बहुत ही रहता था, और जब मैंने शरण के बारे में सुना तो उनके 2 सेमिनार ज्वाइन किए मैंने, सेमिनार ज्वाइन करने के बाद पता चला कि आप खाने में कितनी गलती कर रहे हैं। तो मैंने पहले डेयरी प्रोडक्ट बंद कर दिया, टोटली डेयरी प्रोडक्ट, ऑयल, अपना मिल्क प्रोडक्ट, चीज, पनीर, बटर वगैरह, और ऑयल भी बंद कर दिया। यानी मैंने होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट एडॉप्ट किया। उससे मेरे को फायदा ये हुआ कि मेरा डायबिटीज जो था वो 2 महीने के अंदर ही पूरा नीचे आ गया, जो उसकी चाहिए अपनी लिमिट के अंदर ही आ गया। और ब्लड प्रेशर को आने में 4 से 5 महीना लग गया, लेकिन मेरे को धीरे धीरे शरीर में एनर्जी लेवल बहुत बढ़ गया, और करीबन 1 साल में 17 किलो वेट लॉस भी किया मैंने। लेकिन वेट लॉस, हाँ, ये फायदा ये हुआ कि वेट लॉस से अशक्ति बिल्कुल नहीं आई, उल्टा एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ गया।
ओके।
हाँ, सबसे बड़ा ये होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट में आपका वजन तो कम होता है, लेकिन धीरे धीरे एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ जाता है। ये सबसे बड़ा इसमें फायदा है।
ओके, दैट्स अमेजिंग। सो उमेश भाई, आपने सुना है एक वर्ड के बारे में, कोमॉर्बिड? एक कोमॉर्बिड बोलते हैं, इट्स अ वर्ड यूज्ड फॉर पीपल हु हैव लेस इम्यूनिटी एंड दीस पीपल आर मोर प्रोन टू गेटिंग कोरोना वायरस। इसके बारे में आपने सुना था?
नहीं, कभी नहीं सुना है, ये नहीं सुना था।
ओके। बट आपको कोविड हुआ तो उसके बाद आपको पता चला इसके बारे में?
हाँ, कोविड के बाद पता चला कि जिसको शुगर और ब्लड प्रेशर, हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम, कैंसर, वो लोग को ज्यादा इफेक्ट होता है।
Okay. So that people who are comorbid are people who are more prone to getting the coronavirus because their immunity level is low and they can be infected more than others. So that's what Umesh Bhai is trying to tell us. Okay. So आप हमें बताइए, आपको कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, कहाँ हुआ, आपको कुछ पता चला इसके बारे में? आपने सोचा, इन्वेस्टिगेट किया इसके बारे में?
ऐसा तो ज्यादा पता नहीं चला, लेकिन मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि मैं कहाँ मिस्टेक किया है। मेरा कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम है, तो मैं साइट पे ऊपर जाता था तो मास्क नहीं पहनता था।
ओके।
हाँ, तो 29 ऑफ जून रात को मेरे को थोड़ा स्लाइड बुखार आना चालू हुआ। तो मेरी ग्रैंड डॉटर है, DY पाटिल मेडिकल कॉलेज में डॉक्टरी का स्टडी कर रही है, तो उसने मेरे को दवाई दिया कि आपको टेम्परेचर निकल जाएगा, लेकिन सुबह तक वो धीरे धीरे 102 तक टेम्परेचर पहुंच गया। तो हाँ, तो उसको ख्याल आ गया कि कुछ गड़बड़ है। बाकी मेरे साथ खांसी सर्दी वगैरह नहीं था। तो फिर अपॉइंटमेंट लेके मैंने मेरा MRI CT स्कैन करवाया, और रात को 8 बजे रिपोर्ट आया कि मेरे को कोविड है।
ओके।
हाँ,
तो ये पीरियड में आपको पता नहीं था आपको कोविड है, बट आपको बुखार आया, और आपको वो पीरियड ऑफ 12 आवर्स ऑफ डे टाइम में आपका इमोशनल स्टेट कैसा था? आप डर गए थे? आपको कैसा लग रहा था अंदर से?
मेरे को तो यही था कि मेरे को बुखार है, बाकी दूसरा ऐसा कुछ टेंशन या ऐसा नहीं था। जब रिपोर्ट आने के बाद रात को 8 बजे रिपोर्ट आया ना, तो मेरे को थोड़ा टेंशन हुआ कि ये कैसे आ गया, क्योंकि मेरे को कि ये था कि मेरे को तो एक्चुअल आना नहीं चाहिए, कि अपनी इम्यून सिस्टम मजबूत है, लेकिन आ गया। तो अभी उसका क्या करना चाहिए? तो फैमिली ने डिसाइड किया कि नहीं, अपने को हॉस्पिटल में भर्ती करना है। कुछ
कौन सा हॉस्पिटल में भर्ती किया आपने?
2-3 डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करके हमको ग्लोबल हॉस्पिटल परेल में, वहां रात को मेरे को 1 बजे एडमिट किया।
ओके।
हाँ, 1 बजे एडमिट करने का। हाँ,
आप वहां गए थे तो आपको कैसा लगा? वो सराउंडिंग में आपको नया जगह है, और एक बहुत बड़ी चीज है, आपने पहले नहीं देखा है, और बहुत लोगों को भी हुआ है। आपका मेंटल स्टेट क्या था, और आप क्या सोच रहे थे उस वक्त?
उसमें थोड़ा मेरे को यही टेंशन था कि एक तो एज फैक्टर सबसे बड़ी बात, अबाउट 60 एज जल्दी होता है, और सेकंड थिंग कि डायबिटीज भले मेरा टोटल कंट्रोल में है, लेकिन डायबिटीज और ब्लड प्रेशर दोनों मेरे को कभी इफेक्ट इसको करेगा कि क्या है, कुछ पता नहीं था। तो मेरे को चिंता वही रहती थी कि ज्यादा टेंशन से भी डायबिटीज फिर बढ़ेगा।
करेक्ट।
हाँ, तो फिर एडमिट होने के बाद वो लोग मेरे को वार्ड में पहले एडमिट किया, वार्ड में 2 दिन रखा उन्होंने, और मेरी ट्रीटमेंट रेगुलर जो ट्रीटमेंट थी, टेम्परेचर तो मेरा ताबड़तोड़ नॉर्मल हो गया, और वो लोग ट्रीटमेंट चालू किया, लेकिन ऐसा लगता था कि वो बोले कि हमको आईसीयू में शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा।
ओके ओके। सो आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था आईसीयू में? आप, क्योंकि आईसीयू इज अ मोर इंटेंस प्लेस, और भी लोग होते होंगे और डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ इलनेस में होंगे, आपको क्या फर्क पड़ा वहां जाने के बाद?
फर्क तो यही हुआ कि दिन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता था, कि वहाँ डॉक्टर, नर्स, और जो मेरा सेपरेट रूम था, मैं अकेला ही था आईसीयू में, और सामने जो ग्लास था वो आधा था, यानी लोग आते जाते थे, वो सब दिखता था। तो डे टाइम में तो कुछ इतना मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ, और सबसे वो लोग का कहना यह था कि आपका ब्लड प्रेशर जो है, यानी कमती नहीं होना चाहिए, धीरे धीरे कम होते गया तो फिर थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होता है। तो माइंड में मेरा वही था कि अपना ब्लड प्रेशर जो है नीचे नहीं जाना चाहिए। तो हाँ, दिन में रात को 8:30-9 बजे वो लोग खाना देते थे, खाना खाने के बाद लाइट कम कर देते थे, और पैसेज में भी आदमी, फिर डॉक्टर या नर्स या जो वार्ड बॉय है वो कम हो जाते थे। तो रात मेरी बहुत खराब जाती थी, क्योंकि और अकेला आदमी, और ये मेरे को नेगेटिव थिंकिंग बहुत आता था।
सो आपने ये नेगेटिव थिंकिंग को कैसे टैकल किया? आपने क्या यूज किया है? कुछ टेक्निक है आपने इस्तेमाल किया?
तो क्या है कि हमारे जो अपने शरण में जो है कैप्टन जोसेफ, उनको मैंने फोन किया था कि ऐसा ऐसा मेरे को कोविड हुआ है और मैं हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हुआ हूं। तो उसने मेरे को बताया कि ये चीज कि आप क्या करो कि आप मन में बोलते रहो कि आई एम फाइन, आई एम फिट, या कभी भी आपको कोई नेगेटिव सोच आती ना तो आप ये बोलो, तो आपकी नेगेटिव सोच जो है निकलते जाएंगी। वही काम करके गया कि मेरे को फिर धीरे धीरे नेगेटिव सोच जो था निकल गया, और ऐसा थोड़ा भी स्टार्ट होता था ना तो मैं ये चीज बोलता था, और बाद में ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय बोलने से वो जो थॉट्स थे ना वो आते नहीं थे।
हाँ, हाउ ब्यूटीफुल।
हाँ, और रात को जनरली आईसीयू में नींद भी नहीं आता था। आधा घंटा हुआ कि मैं वो मीटर के सामने देखता था कि अपना ब्लड प्रेशर, पल्सेस बरोबर है, ऑक्सीजन लेवल बरोबर है, वो सब मैं देखते रहता था। तो 6-7 दिन उन्होंने मेरा सब आईसीयू में अलग सब ट्रीटमेंट चालू किया। इंजेक्शंस था, वो आईवी में देने का, पेट में इंजेक्शन देने का, मेडिसिन था, वो सब चालू रखा। तो धीरे धीरे लोग ने मेरा जो ऑक्सीजन इंटेक रखा था वो धीरे धीरे कम करते गए कि आपको धीरे धीरे बेटर हो रहे हो आप। फिर 7वें दिन उन्होंने ऑक्सीजन मेरे निकाल लिया, ऊपर से वो वाल्व बंद कर दिया, और विदाउट ऑक्सीजन मेरा ऑक्सीजन लेवल वो लोग चेक करते रहते थे। तो 97, 98, 99 अप टू वो हिसाब से चलते रहता था। तो 2 दिन उन्होंने मेरे को ऐसा ही आईसीयू में बिठा के रखा कि भाई कोई आपका वापिस से।
और उमेश भाई, आप होल फूड, प्लांट बेस्ड फूड खाते थे घर पे, और आप एक जगह पे थे कहाँ लोगों को जानकारी नहीं था इसके बारे में, आपने कैसे कोप किया वो एनवायरनमेंट में? आपने कुछ बात किया उसके बारे में?
हाँ, जब वहां पे जब मैं वार्ड में था तभी वार्ड इंचार्ज एंड डायटिशियन वो दोनों आए कि आपको कोई फूड का एलर्जी है। मैं बोला ऐसा एलर्जी तो नहीं है। तो फिर उसने लिस्ट बताना कि भाई आपको डेली 2 बार कर्ड लेना है, 2 बार आपको चाय मिलेगी, रात को दूध मिलेगा। तो मैं बोला मैं टोटली वीगन हूँ, यानी दूध की कोई भी प्रोडक्ट मेरे को चलती नहीं है। नहीं वो तो लेना पड़ेगा। मैं बोला उससे मेरे को गैस होता है, मेरे को प्रॉब्लम होता है, तो मेरे को वो मत आप करो। इससे अच्छा आप क्या करो, मेरे को दोनों टाइम सलाद मेरा क्वांटिटी डबल कर डालो। सलाद देते थे वो लोग। तो मैं बोला आप ऐसा करो, इसकी जगह दही की जगह मेरा सलाद का जो क्वांटिटी ना वो आप डबल कर दीजिए। और वो सब होने के बाद चालू हुआ। तो लेकिन वो जो रोटी आती थी ना वो पूरा घी वाली आती थी। तो जो कैंटीन वाला बॉय आता था उसको मैं बोल दिया कि मेरे को ये घी वगैरह चलता नहीं, तो मेरे को कोरा रोटी दे दे। बोला यार कोरा रोटी आप कैसे खाओगे ठंडी? मैं बोला वो मेरा काम है, मैं खा लूंगा। तो वहां भी मैंने घी बंद करवा दिया, दूध की प्रोडक्ट बंद करवा दिया, और बिस्किट्स वगैरह आते थे वो मैं खाता नहीं था।
Did you have any pressure from the dietitian to consume the food that they were giving? ये खाना ही है, आपको दूध लेना है, या
पेट के लिए अच्छा रहेगा दही वगैरह, लेकिन मैं बोला मेरे को एनिमल प्रोडक्ट, हाँ एनिमल प्रोडक्ट चलेगा ही नहीं, उसके जगह सलाद ही ज्यादा दे दो। तो वो लोग तैयार हो गए।
एंड आपको डाइटिशियन को पता था होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड के बारे में? उनको पता नहीं था।
फिर जब मैं आईसीयू से वापस वार्ड में आया, हाँ, तभी वापस डाइटिशियन आए और वार्ड के इंचार्ज आए कि आप ये अभी घर जब छुट्टी देंगे हम आपको 2 दिन में, आपकी और टेस्ट होगी तो आपको ये चीज करना है। तो मैं बोला देखिए मैडम, मैं आप विगन आपको तो मालूम है? तो बोला हाँ विगन हमको मालूम है। तो डाइटिशियन बोली, मैं बोला हम लोग विगन से एक स्टेप आगे है होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट। तो सुना नहीं था। बोला इसमें क्या होता है? मैं बोला इसमें हम लोग शक्कर और ऑयल वो भी नहीं खाते हैं। बोला क्या बोल रहे हो? बोला हाँ, तो फिर कैसे बनाते हो? मेरा सब चीज बनती है। फिर मैंने उनको शरण के बारे में बताया कि मैं शरण के साथ में अटैच हूँ और यहाँ हमको सब सिखाते हैं, हम लोगों को भी आगे सिखाते हैं। तो फिर उन्होंने शरण के बारे में सब पूरा लिख लिया। बोला हमारा थोड़ा कोविड में प्रेशर है, एक बार कोविड का काम पूरा हो गया तो मैं जरूर एक बार शरण का जो आपकी ऑफिस है वहाँ मिलना चाहती हूँ और सब समझना चाहती हूँ कि होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट जो है कितना फायदा कारक है। क्योंकि उन्होंने मेरे को बताया था कि आपकी एज के हिसाब से और आपको डायबिटीज, ब्लड प्रेशर, तो आप यहाँ से जा रहे हो वापस घर में, वो बहुत बड़ी बात है। तो जनरली बॉडी जाती है, लेकिन आप जा रहे हो, बहुत ही बड़ी बात है।
ओके। सो घर आने के बाद आपका एनर्जी लेवल्स, आपका अभी आप बिल्कुल नॉर्मल हो, यू आर बैक टू योर ओल्ड सेल्फ। आपको कितना टाइम लगा? आपने और भी टाइम लिया या आपने क्या प्रैक्टिस किया घर आने के बाद?
नहीं, जैसा मैं घर आया ना, वो मैं 14 तारीख 14th of July।
ओके।
तो हाँ 14 और 15 2 दिन मेरे को थोड़ा अशक्ति रहा, क्योंकि दवाई, इंजेक्शन, एंटीबायोटिक्स ना ये ना वो इतना दिया था। तो मेरे को थोड़ा बॉडी में ऐसा खड़ा रहता तो चक्कर सरीखा आता था। फिर 16 तारीख से मैंने मेरा होल फूड प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट चालू कर दिया, 16 जुलाई से। तो धीरे धीरे एक आध दिन में मैं पूरा, यानी जो चक्कर वगैरह आना था वो सब बंद हो गया और धीरे धीरे एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ गया। फिर डॉक्टर ने मेरे को 10 दिन के लिए क्वारंटाइन किया था। बोला आप घर में, आपके रूम में क्वारंटाइन हो जाओ। तो मेरे को घर में ही बाहर टेबल रखते थे, वहां से मैं खाना लेता था, अपना ये सब काम करने का, मेरा कपड़ा भी धोने का, कि मैं किसी को अलाउ नहीं करता था आने के लिए। तो वो सब, हाँ वो चीज होने के बाद 10 दिन पूरा हो गया। तो फिर मैं सोचा कि मेरे को अभी बाहर तो जाना नहीं है, तो और मैं 6-7 दिन खुद क्वारंटाइन और ज्यादा रहा। टोटल 10 के जगह में 20 दिन क्वारंटाइन हुआ। और रूम में मैं वॉकिंग करते रहता था, तो ऐसा कोई मेरे को पेन या कोई चक्कर या कुछ होता नहीं था। तो ऐसा
आप क्या टिप्स देंगे हमारा व्यूअर्स को? एक कोविड को सर्वाइव करना है तो एक बेसिक टिप आप क्या देंगे?
बेसिक टिप तो है कि जो गवर्नमेंट ने बोला है कि मास्क पहनो, डिस्टेंस रखो 2 मीटर का, और जरूरत है, इमरजेंसी है तो ही आप बाहर जाइए। और जहां तक जमे हेल्दी फूड खाइए। मेन तो अपनी बॉडी को इम्यून सिस्टम बढ़ाने के लिए हेल्दी फूड खाइए, तो आपको बहुत सी आधार रहेगा ये सब चीज का।
ओके, thank you so much for those tips, Umesh bhai. So the most common emotion that people go through before getting or after getting COVID is fear. We fear that the safety of our family members, whether the rest of them have also been infected by us. We fear about our own life. we fear about how our country or society at large is going to be treating us. So the remedy to overcome this emotion is to think of things that are going to make you feel calm. Do you know, you would be really, really surprised. During the World War II, the British government actually put up posters of keep calm and carry on everywhere so that people could feel a sense of calmness. You will be surprised. Having writings or posters which are calming is very, very important. So, in your environment, have things that will calm you down. Like how Umesh Bhai told us, Captain Pinto told him, think of an affirmation like, I am fit, I am strong, and I'm healthy. Or Madhura told Nilima how to just visualize as if the virus is leaving her body. So these are things which can really, really help you. And whenever you feel the complete lack of control, just surrender to something above you. Need not be God, need not be a particular God or particular, it can be anything. Read Quran or, do Christian studies, maybe chant Buddhist chants or just say Om Namah Shivaya, like how Umesh Bhai did. The next common emotion that we go through is the isolation factor. The fact that we're going to be isolated from everybody else. So we are bombarded with negative thoughts, which both our guests did go through. And we are away from our family because when we are taken away to a hospital. In Nilima's case, she was at home, whereas in Umesh Bhai's case, he had to go to a hospital. And the feeling that when you see so many patients around, you do feel maybe the end has come. Like how Umesh Bhai was told at his age, only body goes out of the hospital. And how beautifully, with his strong mind and good diet habits, he actually today is leading a normal life. There is a lot of side effects to the social media, but actually their WhatsApp call can really help. My aunt right now is got COVID and she's in a hospital. And the best part about this is that we are all able to connect with her through a WhatsApp group. All of us send messages. Her grandchildren send videos telling her how they're waiting for her to come back. And I'm sure my aunt, who's right now in the hospital, feels very positive that there are so many family members just praying and waiting for her speedy recovery. So do keep in touch with family members and friends, and you'll definitely feel better. Catch up on some reading. Do you know William Shakespeare actually wrote a lot when he was jobless and when the country was going through depression? So there is ways and means in which you can use this period to actively develop your skills. Learn to just lie down still, do pranayam. Yoga has been practiced widely by COVID survivors because it really works on your breath. And I really suggest enroll yourself or learn to do yoga on your own. The third stigma is the social stigma. Very briefly, Nilima spoke about it, how you feel that it's a stigma attached to us because you have got COVID. People look at you differently because you had actually been infected. The isolation, even after the quarantine, is really, really difficult because even after quarantining yourself, people feel that you still can't enter the actual flow of life. They still look at you like you have had COVID. So that is another emotion which isolates you from others. The other thing is you made to feel as though you had an incurable disease. And that is the reason I started this talk by saying the symptoms and the cure and the remedy is all out there by the government. You just need to understand this more thoroughly, and you have to educate your people around them about the virus and say, this is curable, we can come out of it, it is not something deadly. Follow those basic guidelines so that you can protect yourself from the virus. Like how both Nilima and Umesh Bhai said, keep that social distance is very, very important. Always wear a mask. It's such a simple step. Just wear a mask. You will help from you getting infected. Also, you will not pass it on to anybody else. The fourth one is the mental exhaustion. The fact what you go through, maybe I will get it, or once you get it, that you're so exhausted thinking about the fact that what is going to happen to me. So what happens to us? We're constantly trying to get how to get over this tired period. Why am I feeling tired? Am I going to be like this all my life? And as Nilima told us and how Umesh Bhai told us, it's a short period of time. Your body needs rest. Give that rest. The blood pressure may drop, and don't panic. You need to understand the body is going through something, and feeling completely tired and exhausted is part of this illness. You need to look at it that listen to the body, help the body take that rest, and don't fight giving it that rest. You have to cooperate with the COVID warriors, our doctors and medical personnel, so that they can do a good job with you. Umesh Bhai completely cooperated, in the same time educated them about his needs, and how beautifully he formed a partnership with them. He got out of the hospital and then went back to his old lifestyle of whole food, plant-based diet. The exhaustion of the mental exhaustion is more because you have less knowledge or too much knowledge. Don't read too much about it, or don't keep watching things which are negative. It only feeds your mind, and then you think the end has come. So I would suggest keeping a positive frame of mind would be more focusing on how you can come out of it, and it is just a process. The fifth one is the attack on freedom. We are all so used to having so much freedom. We are so used to roaming around everywhere without having any kinds of rules and regulation. Suddenly we are taken away from our home, and we are staying in a place where we are with complete strangers, or like how Nilima said, our house was sealed. Or it could be just feel like our basic right for freedom has been curtailed. The entire lockdown told us that we are not as free as we thought we are. So reflect and give back to the world. Look at Sonu Sood. He decided there are a lot of people who need help. I have the capacity to help. Let me help and give freedom to others. He made people reach their destinations with the right form of regulations followed. The government, with keeping the government regulation, he gave freedom to people. This is the time we need to think of all those people who actually fought for our freedom. How much they did that we have this freedom, and what did we do? We somewhere misused this freedom. And last but not the least, what Nilima said was so true. There are so many animals who are born in a cage and they die in a cage. And here we are put in a cage to heal, and we are not able to stay. Think about all those animals who are just living in a cage just to be eaten up or just to be watched at as a entertainment. So please give some thought to this entire process, and you will definitely find yourself rethinking about a lot of things. This time off is for you to realize that you need to vibrate in a higher frequency. Do you realize the pain, the fear, irritation, pride, and superiority is a very low vibration, and generosity, gratitude, compassion, prayer, and universal love is a very high vibration. This was something my aunt told me about, which I was not aware. She said, these things are very low in vibration, and higher vibration are gratitude, prayer, and universal love. So we all need to get out of these negative feelings so that we can vibrate in a higher frequency. So think positive and vibrate at a higher frequency, because remember, there is always a way out. Welcome back, Nilima and Umesh Bhai.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to having you here. Somebody, Monica wants to know, MRI किसका निकाला?
लंग्स का निकाला था, और लंग्स में 35 to 40% स्प्रेड हो गया था.
Okay, okay. So Monica, I think you answered that question there. Sonal, which course would be better for holistic nutrition course? Sonal Shet is asking you, Nilima. Which course?
Which course would be better for holistic nutrition course? I think Sharan does, if she's a nutritionist, then Sharan has a lot of facility training and doctor's consultation training programs. And I think abroad they have this e-Cornell nutrition course, which also talks about whole food plant-based. And
Okay.
if she's a nutritionist, then these are the programs she can definitely go for.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much on that. Sunil Bhosle would like to say, अभी कुछ complaints है उमेश भाई?
नहीं, अभी फिलहाल तो कंप्लेन नहीं है, फिलहाल कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है.
Okay. Shamin Thakur wants to know, did you take any antibiotics from the beginning when you contracted the COVID? This is for to both of you.
No,
we never
no.
felt the need. We never felt the need, and I voluntarily did the test for Aditya, though doctors were resisting because they felt that he's just asymptomatic. There is no test needed. And hospitals for some reason were discouraging who were asymptomatic, but I pushed them and I got him tested. That was a volunteer thing. Then I took him again to hospital and I wanted his oxygen level and everything, vitals, get tested, and he was absolutely fine. And there was no medication required for him and for me. So we were just asked to stay put at home and just rest.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Any other questions? Yes. Does one become immune to COVID the second time? Amrita Pitti wants to know. Nilima?
I think you develop antibodies for sure, and you don't get for the second time. But yeah, like eating right will build your immune system. So I think your body will be able to fight any disease, not just COVID, you know. So just
okay.
focus on eating right, focus on daily healthy lifestyle.
Okay, okay. Did you do a cytokine count test? Shamin again is asking. Cytokine. I don't know what test this is. If you people are aware. No, they haven't done. Nilima, I can well understand what you went through being quarantined, as I am claustrophobic. That's what Saroj is telling you. Saroj Kotari Rathi.
It was a miserable feeling. Honestly, Saroj, I was just deeply disturbed. For some reason, you know, like I started to like, we made point that the moment lockdown started, me and my son decided that we are not going to watch TV because TV only gives bad news. So it's been 6 months. We have not turned on the TV. However, I could visualize animals being caged, and it was very disturbing period for me during COVID time.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Sunil Bhosle, did you again do the CT scan chest Umesh Bhai? So did you repeat it? He's asking for the chest.
जनरली मैं जब हॉस्पिटल से मेरे को डिस्चार्ज किया तो वो लोग ने मेरा लंग्स वगैरह का एक्सरे किया था.
ओके.
और एक्सरे होने के बाद रिपोर्ट आया और मेरा का वॉकिंग टेस्ट किया कि आप वॉकिंग करने से आपका ऑक्सीजन लेवल कम होता है क्या है, तो वो भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं आया, तो मेरे को फिर डिस्चार्ज मिल गया.
ओके, सो आई होप दैट आंसर्ड सुनील. So there are people thanking you for the session. They loved our session. Awesome, Rachna. I'm so glad people loved it. So the time's up, and let me take a last question. Did you practice yogic breathing while suffering COVID, especially Umesh Bhai? Did you do any kind of breathing exercise?
प्राणायाम वगैरह करता हूँ, भमरी करता हूँ सुबह का आधा घंटा. और जैसा मेरे को बताया है कि आपको पेट के बल सोना है, तो पेट के बल सोता हूँ. Okay. So there was one more question. It just went away. So
If the person is fine following WFPB diet, but BP on the lower side, can you suggest? So, वो सब कुछ whole food plant-based diet भी कर रहे हैं, but BP is on the lower side. If you both have any suggestion for that person?
What I know is like pranayam really helps. During lockdown period, even I continued doing my online yoga sessions. Only when my body was extremely tired, like during COVID time, that was that 1 week to 10 days I did not practice. But yeah, like I think pranayam will really help big T.
Yes. So it's so important that people understand that what you both went through was a struggle, but the best part of whatever you people did was to take a positive framework that now that I have this, let me deal with it very positively, and also remember, if I have had it, I have the capacity to overcome it because I've always fed my body with good fuel. So that whole food plant-based diet really helped you to cope and believe that you have the immune system to come out of it.